Clinton aide Abedin leaves husband. Hillary Clinton's closest aide, Huma Abedin, said Monday that she intended to separate from her husband, Anthony Weiner, the former congressman and New York City mayoral candidate, after it was reported that Mr. Weiner had exchanged suggestive images and messages with a woman while the couple's young child was beside him. The separation was announced after Mr. Weiner's online exchanges with women had been a source of tension within Mrs. Clinton's presidential campaign. Mr. Weiner resigned from Congress in 2011 after revelations that he had sent lewd images of himself to women on social media. The couple's marital problems worsened after the release in May of a documentary about the scandal that engulfed Mr. Weiner's campaign for mayor in 2013. Ms. Abedin released a statement on Monday after the New York Post reported that Mr. Weiner had traded sexual messages with an unidentified woman last year while their 5-year-old son, Jordan, appeared to be asleep beside him. "After long and painful consideration and work on my marriage, I have made the decision to separate from my husband," she said in a statement. "Anthony and I remain devoted to doing what is best for our son, who is the light of our life. During this difficult time, I ask for respect for our privacy." But Ms. Abedin's separation quickly became political fodder for Donald J. Trump, Mrs. Clinton's Republican opponent. "Huma is making a very wise decision," he said in a statement. "I know Anthony Weiner well, and she will be far better off without him." Mr. Trump also said the episode was an issue of national security. "I only worry for the country in that Hillary Clinton was careless and negligent in allowing Weiner to have such close proximity to highly classified information," he continued. "Who knows what he learned and who he told? It's just another example of Hillary Clinton's bad judgment. It is possible that our country and its security have been greatly compromised by this." Anthony Weiner and Huma Abedin in Manhattan in 2013. Critic Michael Appleton for The New York Times in the August issue of Vogue, Ms. Abedin spoke of balancing motherhood with a strenuous campaign job. "I don't think I could do it if I didn't have the support system I have, if Anthony wasn't willing to be, essentially, a full-time dad," she told the magazine. Ms. Abedin, 40, has been at Mrs. Clinton's side for 2 decades. She was her intern in the 1990s during the presidency of Bill Clinton and became a top aide while Mrs. Clinton served as a senator from New York. Ms. Abedin, now vice chairwoman of the campaign, served on both of Mrs. Clinton's presidential campaigns, a mark of loyalty and trust that Mrs. Clinton prizes, and is often referred to as a surrogate daughter. Mr. Weiner did not immediately reply to an email seeking his comment. Mrs. Clinton strongly supported Ms. Abedin when Mr. Weiner's sexually charged text messages came to light in 2011, a year into their marriage, and again in 2013, when Mr. Weiner was running for mayor of New York. Friends of Mrs. Clinton said that she spoke to Ms. Abedin at length about the marriage and that she supported Ms. Abedin's decision to remain with Mr. Weiner and work on their marriage. After the New York Post published its story Sunday night revealing Mr. Weiner's latest texts, several allies of Mrs. Clinton said they contacted campaign advisors to express frustration and anger with Mr. Weiner, asking whether the campaign or Ms. Abedin would respond to the Post story or take action. 2 of these allies said they were told that some kind of statement would be coming and that they were urged to respect Ms. Abedin's privacy. Mrs. Clinton had hoped to ride out the final week of August with limited distractions and maintaining a solid lead in national polls. This week, she has a series of private fundraisers and an address to the American Legion's annual convention on Wednesday in Cincinnati. The announcement of the separation came after the Post showed that Mr. Weiner had exchanged photos with the woman. She appeared in various bikinis and Mr. Weiner was half-dressed, showing off his stomach or his groin, and they talked about sex. In one message, Mr. Weiner abruptly changed the discussion from massage parlors and reportedly wrote, "Someone just climbed into my bed." "Really?" the woman replied. His response, in a screenshot dated July 31, 2015, showed a child curled up next to Mr. Weiner, who was wearing only white jockey shorts.